I think the key to crowd work is that once you have to do it a few times to figure this out. But I think, and I just like sat there like silent, like, are you gonna hit me or not?
Yeah.
Like,
This seems like a big moment for you.
Someone turn on the camera. This could be big for my career.
Yeah.
But I was too shy and I wouldn't knock to tell him to let me into the bathroom. I just tried to hold it and then I just shit my pants in my own living room. There was a bathroom right there. I think the door might have even been
so
unlocked.
close, but so far.
Close.
Yo, the f. We don't have guests on very often, so.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Here we go. Here we are.
I think you're number 2.
Oh,
I'm
really?
gonna say
Who's
number
the
2.
other one?
Oh, we had a porn star.
Oh,
name's Rebecca
okay.
Vanguard.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll be the exact same interview. Yeah, I'll be the exact same.
She sat in that chair, so
Oh,
Yeah.
you're already on the way.
okay.
You're
there we
basically
go.
already a porn star.
Yeah. Was she a good
Good.
porn
Oh,
star?
yeah.
She's a good
think
porn
so, yeah.
star.
Oh yeah.
I don't know anything about porn. I don't watch porn.
You don't watch porn?
I don't watch porn. Yeah, it's a weird. No one ever
Yeah.
believes. Yeah, I just don't watch porn.
Well, didn't you say it took you like how many years to start masturbating or something? Or
Yeah,
you never
24,
jerked off?
25.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why. I really don't have any explanation for that one. Yeah.
That's okay. And then you replaced that time with
Reading Wikipedia and
Yes.
being a huge nerd. Yeah,
Yep, I
huge
love that.
nerd. Yeah.
I
it's not
sent
bad.
him your bit.
Oh, the cat knowing all the country capitals. Yeah.
Craziest bit I've ever seen.
That one's fun. That's a fun one. I don't think I know. Now that I masturbate, I think some of the knowledge has leached from my brain. I don't think I know all of them. I probably know 70% of them probably now.
Okay.
Your brain knows pleasure now.
Yeah,
so-
exactly. A little cum leaked into my frontal lobe, and it took the spot of the capital of Gabon. I don't know that anymore.
You know,
good, I think.
You know what? I would put masturbation over knowing the capitals. Any day.
Until I masturbated, I was like, I'm sure it's overrated. Then I masturbated, I was like, oh, this shit rips.
Yeah.
dude. I don't know how I was living. I lived 25 years without it. It's
I think-
incredible.
You ever go through any of those phases where you're like, I'm not gonna masturbate for a week? Like, I don't know, maybe you were just
Yeah.
like you
sure.
saw too
Yeah.
many alpha male.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, like the no nut November, like
Yeah.
no
But
fap
more
or
just like
whatever.
mental. Like you just
Yeah.
like you just have like this epiphany. Like you wake up, you're like, I'm just not gonna jerk off for a while.
But-
I have those like all the time.
But then you
Really?
go
Yeah.
back to it and you're like,
You're like, why did I leave? Same with
Exactly.
alcohol. Be
Yeah.
like, no alcohol for 2 weeks. Then I have a
Yep.
beer, and I'm like, this is the greatest feeling
Yeah.
in the world.
You get a little
There's
buzzed.
nothing
You're
better.
like, why did I not?
Yeah,
wanna
it's
do
the
this?
best. There's no reason to be sober ever.
No.
It's stupid.
guys, we got Geoffrey. Correct me if I'm saying this right. Asmus.
That's right. There you
Asmus.
go.
Oh.
Nailed it.
I'm not gonna lie. The first time I saw your name, I was like, Asmus.
Everyone's saying Asmus. I don't even care. I know I'm not proud of
Jeffrey
my German
Asmus.
heritage. I don't give a shit.
I would celebrate Asmus though.
Asmus is great.
Yeah.
I was called Jeffrey Astamouth a lot. Yeah, that was a fun little nickname in college. Yeah.
I mean, I binged your podcast before you came on. 'Cause I was
Oh,
like, I gotta
yeah.
know everything.
Oh, nice.
and you're an
Hell
ass
yeah.
guy, so it just fits.
I am an
Yeah.
ass guy.
Yeah.
You gotta be. Tits are for kids.
Yep.
Exactly.
That's juvenile
Mhm.
shit.
Yeah.
I think
Grow
that's
up.
Undeveloped sexuality. That's
Mhm.
lame.
Mm-hmm.
For
We-
and just really quick, for anybody who doesn't know Geoffrey, very accomplished comedian,
Oh,
very
yeah,
funny.
Thank you.
Zemmy and I went and saw you in Houston,
Yep.
and
That's right at the
Yeah.
riot. Why
Yeah.
were you guys in town again? What were you doing down there?
Just our friend lives down there. Works in
Oh,
so we're just visiting him. Yeah.
nice. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
a fun time. That
Yeah.
was a cool venue too.
Yeah,
was-
it was. Yeah.
it was just like I saw your clips on TikTok. I was posting from our podcast account,
Uh-huh.
and I was just waiting for it to upload, and yours thing was the first thing there, and I just went down a rabbit hole
Oh,
of
hell
like, yo,
yeah.
this guy's funny as fuck, and then I saw that you had just been in Minneapolis, and so that's when I
Oh,
DM'd you.
Yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
And then
Lined up.
I was like, we booked this trip to Houston, and one of your clips came up, and you mentioned Houston. I was like, that's literally the
That's-
exact same time.
That's a little serendipity. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a little
Mhm.
wild. Yeah,
Almost
then I
meant to be.
got way too drunk and was too hungover to record
That's
in
okay.
Houston.
It-
I remember that.
Happens to the best of
Yeah.
I
us.
can't drink in the heat. As you get older, you have all
Yes.
these caveats when you drink.
Yeah.
I can't drink
I'll
before
go
8
out,
p.m. I can't
but-
drink above 85 degrees. I just can't do it.
Mhm.
I'm a
Mhm.
little pussy now.
No shots or like
No,
shots are limited.
only tequila. I can only
Yep.
do tequila.
Really?
Yeah, I can't have whiskey anymore. I'm out on whiskey.
Like on shots or mixed drinks.
Either one. I just can't have
Really?
dark liquors anymore.
What's your favorite tequila drink then?
Oh, the tequila drink.
Yeah.
I don't really get tequila mixed drinks. I get gin and tonic. That's my mixed
Oh,
drink.
okay. Yeah,
That's
what
I
do.
get a gin and tonic
Yeah.
or a Moscow Mule
Yeah.
would be the drink for me.
Okay.
Those rip.
Yeah. Tequila. What's a tequila drink?
You
I
can do a
guess?
tequila
Or margaritas are
sunrise.
good. I mean,
Yeah, margaritas, tequila sunrise.
Sure.
A Paloma. Paloma's my
What's
favorite.
a Paloma
A
again?
Paloma is grapefruit juice
Oh,
and tequila, and then maybe
interesting.
some like club soda or something. in
Okay,
there
you
too,
can't
but
take antidepressants and have a Paloma.
No.
Yeah,
I mean,
because grapefruit juice fucks with your antidepressants.
Really?
Yeah, you
Holy
can't.
shit.
Yeah, you can't have.
Oh, I
like,
thought you were
there's
just saying that.
Oh no,
No,
there's
there's-
like a really specific. If you take antidepressants, you can't drink grapefruit juice. There's like a weird
Wow.
reaction between antidepressants. I only know that because I did them in college, and they were always like, "You can have alcohol. It's not a good decision, but don't have grapefruit juice." It's like this weird thing with antidepressants. Yeah.
Damn.
I don't know why.
The more you know.
the more you know. Yeah.
So it's funny. I was telling Zemmy we were trying to come up with some stuff to like chat about, and I
Sure.
love on your podcast the clips of you just asking like, "Are you smarter than a fifth grader?" questions to Alex.
Oh yeah.
And him just like not knowing the
He's-
answers.
my co-host Alex Dragowich is such a great man, filled with a lot of life experience, but very little book knowledge.
That's
Which
okay.
you don't really need that when you
No.
when you boil it down.
100%.
I think being smart is a waste of time.
Yeah.
I think I'm a smart person, and I wish I wasn't. There's no benefit to being smart.
Well, like traditionally smart. I think there's
Yeah.
a difference between traditional
Sure.
Yeah.
smart capabilities. That's probably not the right way to put it.
Yeah.
And like street smarts.
oh,
which
for
is,
sure. Yeah.
Like
I have no street smarts. No.
I always joke. I got pretty good grades, got good scores on the SATs, ACTs, but my siblings are like all way smarter than me. I'm like black
Right.
sheep. But
Oh,
I
yeah,
would
yeah.
say street smarts, they ain't got shit on me.
Oh,
and
you
I'll
think
take that
you're
any
the
day.
You're the street smarts guy?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not. Yeah, I have
100%.
no idea how to cultivate relationships with people. I just figured out eye contact a couple years ago. Like I'm new to all this. Shaking a hand, the daps.
Fuck,
I fuck up a dap
the
every
dap,
week.
the dap fuck up though, like that hits home. Like when you're like go for like one of these, and they're like,
Oh,
It's
I'm
like-
always doing this when they're going like this.
Yeah,
I do a
oh.
fist bump in an open hand.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's like that's the end of a friendship. It's
Yeah.
over.
it's not. You can't even start.
I
It's already
delete their
over.
number. I'm like, I guess I got to get a new
Yep.
friend.
Time to move.
Yeah.
Thank God I'm only here for a night.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Yeah.
So we wanted to put you on the spot here.
Okay.
We're hoping this turns out well.
Okay.
So like our thing on our podcast is we have like what we call little pee-pee boys or little poo-poo boys.
Okay.
And they're like, I don't even remember when we started doing this, but just telling listener stories or like stories that we find of people
Or of
pissing
ourselves,
or of
yeah.
ourselves. That's
Oh,
actually how
yeah,
it
yeah.
really
Oh,
started.
you
Yeah.
okay? You pissing or pooping yourself?
Yeah.
Okay, I love
Not
that.
as a baby.
Not
No,
as
like-
yeah, of course. As
you
a
get
grown
the
adult.
you get the grace. You know?
Okay.
Grown ass adult.
Yeah.
You know what? You're gonna ask me one.
Yeah,
Okay.
do you have
I
one?
actually have a great one. Okay. It was a little poo poo boy. This was maybe 2018, 2019. I was living in New York in a very this warehouse is bigger than where me and three other roommates. This is probably
Holy
3
shit,
times the
good
size
God.
of where me and 3 people lived in Queens, New York in like 2018.
3
Yeah.
times?
Probably.
Yeah,
Holy
I
fuck.
believe
Probably
it.
the
Remember when-
bathroom. Yeah, it was very.
Yeah.
I had a bed, and I had to take the door off my closet because it could not open and have a bed in the same room.
How much were you paying? Like
I was-
$5,000
I
a
was-
month total.
I actually was cheap. It was like $700 a month.
Okay.
So that,
okay,
that
that's not
it
bad.
actually we were getting what we paid
Yeah.
for. But so we
But
had
like not even. I feel like
not
here-
really. Yeah, not really.
$700 a month will go pretty far here.
Really?
Like, you could
Yeah.
get a studio
Easily
in like uptown
Yeah.
for
with like
$700
a
month.
nicer
Yeah.
kitchen, I'm
Yeah.
sure, than we had. So we had one bathroom for the 3 or 4 of us. I can't remember how many people, 3 or 4. And my roommate, he's a great comic named Ronan Hirschberg, one of the funniest comics. And he had a thing where he took a bath every morning. He takes a bath, and from like 10 to 11:30 every morning, he's in the bathtub reading. He's reading this massive like Infinite Jest book or whatever. That's just what he did. He took a bath every morning,
Read.
whatever.
Bathroom.
Let him do what he wants to do. But one morning I wake up, and when I got to shit, I got to shit. I don't
Yeah.
know about you
Yeah.
guys, but I have about 5 minutes from point of
yeah.
contact to point of release. Like that's just how it is. It's I don't know if it's a disease or whatever, but it has to happen. And I have this. I'm too polite, and I knew he was in the bathroom. The curtains were drawn. I could have knocked. He would have opened the door, but I was too shy, and I wouldn't knock to let him to tell him to let me into the bathroom. I just tried to
Oh.
hold it, and then I just shit my pants in my own living room. There was a bathroom right there. I think the door might have even been
so
unlocked.
close, but so far.
Close. But I think the door was unlocked, but I was just too nervous.
Like,
I didn't want to ruin his
yeah.
bath time. I was like, oh no, Minnesota nice,
Yeah.
passive aggressive.
I'll just wait.
I'll just shit my pants. The diarrhea dribbles down my leg in my own living
Fill
room.
my socks.
I take a towel, wipe it up, throw my pants and soiled clothes in like an old hobo, like you would swing over. And then I swung it into the trash downstairs and didn't tell anyone for a week that I was just covered in my own shit.
Week?
Probably
That's pretty good,
a
honestly.
while. I couldn't talk about it. I was so ashamed. I just like I had to wait for him to finish his tub, and I was just covered in shit. You can't get it all
Were
off.
any of your roommates home at all?
No,
oh, that's
no, they
okay.
were out of
Silver
town.
lining.
So, yeah, they couldn't. They didn't see it.
Yep.
A little poop dribbled on the floor. I had to wipe it off the floor.
Yeah.
Because of course it was diarrhea. It's not gonna
Yeah.
be a fucking good.
Just a hard,
shit.
solid.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. It's
Yeah.
never that. Whenever
gonna
you
be a
shit yourself,
stainer.
it's always diarrhea.
Yeah.
And I've shit myself a few times, but yeah, that was the worst one. That was in your own living room.
Yeah.
That's tough. At
Yeah.
age 26, 27.
Being so close.
So literally 5 feet from a toilet that I'd been 5 feet away from for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Just like pacing, like, oh, come on, run.
Should I do it? Come on.
Yeah. Should I knock? And I decided not to. I like texted him, but he's in the tub. He's
Yeah,
not
I
gonna-
didn't see
he's
his
not
his
gonna
phone go off
answer.
in the living
Sorry,
room.
I'm not on the phone in the tub, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
No, I honestly, a week after being embarrassed is incredible. Like, when did I tell you? I didn't tell you for like years about me pissing on my floor.
Yeah,
Like,
that was.
Oh, you're saying it was you're surprised I didn't keep it longer?
Yeah.
Oh,
I would have
okay.
probably 3 years later been like, hey guys, by the way,
While you're blackout drunk
Yeah.
sometime.
Yeah.
That's the time. Yeah.
got that
that's
liquid
true.
courage.
I got that Catholic guilt. And I didn't want it to
Ooh,
happen
yeah.
again. So I had to be like, if I gotta go, I'm gonna knock.
Yeah.
You need to let me in. And he would have. He's like,
I
yeah,
will
I
only
would have
knock
like.
for emergencies.
Yeah, and he immediately was like, "Yeah,
God.
dude, I would have let you in if you had to shit your pants. I'm not gonna let you. I'm not gonna look at your dick. We can just,
Yeah.
we can poop for a minute next to each other. It's not a big deal. That's such like toxic
Yeah.
masculinity. I could never poop next to my friend.
Yeah.
It's like he's gonna try to fuck me.
Yeah.
It's like what? I think it'll be fine.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's like the only time I would think someone is not trying to fuck me.
No,
While they're
yeah.
actively like dropping a deuce, just like that guy's.
That is-
There's no way he could fuck me right now.
That is the least sexy time
Yeah.
to be alive.
If
yeah.
I were into you, it's not while you're shitting.
Yes.
Yeah.
No woman is hot while shitting. That's the
Yeah.
great equalizer.
Yeah.
Is shitting. We all have a little poop in us at all times.
Yeah.
That's
Mm,
the
yeah,
great
true.
equalizer.
Mhm.
Yeah.
True.
You are no
yeah.
better than me.
No matter how beautiful a model is, they got a little poop in them right now. That's what I like to think about.
Or like I like to think
Like,
anyone who hasn't shit themselves or pissed themselves is like lying.
Oh,
or
lying,
who say they
100%.
haven't.
lying
They're-
or like your timer's going.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
it's coming.
Right.
And so that's what I think of
Just
those
wait.
models is like deep in, their memories is that one about them like just, drinking too much and shitting
Right.
them. Like think
That's
about
why they
a
don't
hot
eat
person.
food anymore because they all shit themselves when they were 16. They remember
True.
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Elon Musk has $220 billion. He still gets bent over the toilet with diarrhea
Oh,
once or twice a
yeah.
month. That's great.
Mhm.
That's
I
a
think that's good.
it's a good
Mhm.
perspective.
We
though.
all get humbled by the
Yep.
toilet in the end.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's true.
The law is the toilet at the end.
The toilet is, yeah, we all
Judge,
will-
jury, and executioner.
we all die shitting. That's
Yep.
just how life goes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's
I don't
good.
know if
like that.
everyone does, but I know it's definitely a thing that people do.
Mhm.
We all die releasing whatever's left in our bodies.
Yeah.
so-
Might as well let it out now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get used to it now too.
Yeah.
Get comfortable with it.
Right.
Cool, man.
Have you guys have pooped yourself?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Plenty of
good,
times.
good.
What was the?
I haven't pooped. I mean, like as a kid, but like actually no, I have. That's a straight up lie. I have. I'm 100% shit myself. It was insane.
have you
drunk?
talked about it on here?
No, I think so. Yeah. So
Bring
I
it
was.
up again because I cannot remember.
Yeah, no. Okay, so I was in Colorado with my family for a wedding. It was a destination wedding in Estes Park.
Oh, great place.
Fun. Do you know the fun fact about Estes Park?
No.
What movie was filmed there in the hotel?
Oh.
What decade movie?
Oh, I know.
Horror movie.
Shining?
Yep.
Is it Shining?
Yep.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so the
nice.
Hotel of the Shining.
Oh, cool. You stayed at that hotel?
We didn't stay there, but we
That
went and
was
saw it
nearby.
and stuff, and it was just cool.
Nice,
Yeah,
nice.
I liked that movie growing up. But
Yeah.
it was kind of funny. Like both me and my dad were like, we got in the car because we drove there, And we were sitting there, and I was kind of like, "Yo, Dad, so you know, like to immerse in the culture of Colorado, like weed is legal there."
Yeah.
And then he was like, "Oh yeah, like I was thinking about that too." And then like we ended up like both knowing the closest dispensary to our.
You've both been planning this.
Yeah,
the
we
whole
both
time.
we both have been
He's
planning.
like, I'm gonna
I love
smoke
that.
with my son.
It's a cool dad.
Exactly.
Cool dad move,
And so we do the wedding, or we get there, we get unpacked, and like we're staying in like it's like a motel style hotel or motel, but like it's like made out of like log wood, like it's like nice. It wasn't just like a Motel 6. But so I go outside, we pick up everything, we go to the dispensary, get some weed, and I'm like, another funny thing is like I'm like sitting there like trying to like I don't know how to roll joints, like I was like in high school or something at the time.
Yeah.
And like I really didn't know like what I was doing. And I was like sitting there like try to roll it, and like he was just like, Dad looks at me, and he's just like, how do you know how to do that? He's like, how do you know how to do that? And I was like, I mean, like, I'm just guessing. And he's like, he's like under the assumption that I do this all the time. I'm like, Dad, no, like, I'm trying to just fold this and like, give me your hand. And,
I don't think I've ever rolled a joint before.
Really?
Never.
Oh, it's a fun
Never.
time.
It's a fun, like,
I don't know if I could do it anymore, but it's a good little 5-minute, like, fun little zen thing.
Yeah. That's a good way to
it's
put
also
it.
fun to, like, I made this, I get to smoke this.
Yeah.
Like, farm to table.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's kind of
non-GMO.
Yeah,
Self-made
man.
Self-made millionaire. So we like finally like put together this joint, you could maybe say, and we go out.
Nothing worse than a bad joint, though.
Yeah,
a poorly constructed joint where it all falls apart.
Yeah,
I can see it right now in my head. It's making me mad.
Yeah,
The joint you smoked.
And so we get a fire going. We're outside. I was like, all right, Dad, like time to smoke weed.
Yeah.
And I light it up and like take a few hits, and I pass it to him, and I could see that he's like not inhaling, like how like it's like a cigarette, like it's the same thing. And he's like not doing that, and I was like, all right, pussy, like yeah, I don't smoke that much, so like I need help with this, like. And he's just like taps out after like two or three like little rotation.
Saying he's high even though he didn't inhale at all.
Like, and like he wasn't like, oh, like I'm too gone. He's just like, that's good for me. And I was like, dude, we have like this whole thing fucking left. Like, what am I supposed to do here? Yeah. And so I was like, okay, fuck. So like I'm not a pussy. And I'm just like talking to myself in my head, like trying to like kill this whole thing. And I do, and I throw it in the bonfire, and I'm kind of just hanging out talking, and I kind of started getting like hot, and I was like, it's kind of weird. I mean, we're by a fire, but I was like overwhelmingly hot.
Oh,
and I was just like, okay.
I hate that.
And then I stand up, and I stand up thinking it'd be better. Immediately, like, you know how like lightheaded when you stand up?
Oh, was it
So,
the
like,
altitude? Is that kind of what it was?
Maybe. I have no idea, but all of a sudden I stand up, and I'm like, I am not good. And I start walking, and my dad's like, where are you going? And I start walking, and I fucking black out.
What?
And like collapse to the ground.
Holy shit.
This is what I remember.
This is a Republican lawmaker's wet dream that a guy dies from weed. It happened! It happened! Estes Park!
This could be you.
Yeah, this could be you. Oh my god.
Take this section of the podcast and just fucking
weed
say
is
no
dangerous.
to weed. Stop marijuana.
You fell over?
Yeah. I fully like knees hit the ground and like scorpion to like the fucking wham.
Oh my god.
So here's what I remember. I remember like blacking out, coming to, and my dad has my arm around him, and he's just like come on, Matt. And like I go out again, and then I wake up, and I'm like standing at like outside of our hotel room that goes right into like our hotel room. And once I got there, I was totally fine.
Oh, really? In like a space of 5 minutes
Like,
or something?
Yeah, like just from like falling over and like my dad getting me to the hotel, I was fine.
Yeah.
But something was off.
Oh.
And so I had asphalt like on my leg, like in my knees, like because there's like an asphalt driveway I fell in or whatever. And so I was like, what the heck? And then like I felt that something was off. And so I walk over to the toilet, I shake my shorts, and a fucking turd falls out.
Oh yeah.
I literally passed out and shit my pants.
And then your dad
in
carried
front of
you?
my dad. My dad carried me to
Did
the
he
hotel.
notice the poop? Did you
No.
ever tell him?
I eventually did.
Yeah.
And I was just like, and then he like got me there and went to the bonfire to put it out and like whatever. And he comes back and he's like, dude, what just happened? And I was like, I don't know, but like, I'm fine now. Like, I don't feel anything. I just like, I think it was the standing up too fast. Like, definitely smoked way more than I should have.
I bet the elevation.
And then the elevation, I didn't even think about
that's
that.
True, yeah.
But somehow that made me pass out. But then for some reason, I shit my pants.
Wow, your body had a little death.
Yeah,
just died a little.
Died
fake
a little.
Death. Yeah. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Was your dad like this? Weed, no more weed for you?
No,
or he didn't blame
there was
the weed?
nothing. No.
Oh, that's
he was
cool,
just
cool
more.
Dad.
No, this motherfucker. The next day, we're at the wedding, and he's like, "Matt had a rough night."
Oh,
I was like,
you? You're trying to flirt with some bridesmaids. He's
like,
like Professor Poopy Pants over here. Okay.
Dr. Poop Head over here.
Yeah, I had one hit from a joint. Couldn't take
Dude,
it.
this guy can't hang. Reception, he's cut off. You can go home, buddy.
Dude, I don't think you've ever mentioned that story on the podcast.
I think I have.
That's incredible.
That's a wild story. I've never heard of anyone passing out from weed.
I think
That's
it was,
insane.
I was sitting down and then like I was starting to get, I think I was just like feeling the effects more and I was like getting all nervous.
Yeah.
And then I stood up, which like I stand up and get lightheaded all the time. So
okay.
So like that is very normal.
Need some iron, boy.
Yeah.
But I was just in Denver last week and the altitude I had weed my first night there and I thought I was going to pass out. I was like vibrating.
Yeah.
I haven't been that high in years.
And then I mean too, just like coming from here, like weed is like
the weed's
probably
better there.
Yes, 100%.
So I was just like, it was
sure.
like a shit sandwich, pun intended, like stacked up against
was
me.
Was it a mushy poop?
No, it was like thankfully it was like solid.
Just a little turd.
I could
it's
like
a solid turd.
Yeah, I could wiggle her out, and she just fell out of my pants.
Oh my god,
yeah,
that's kind of fun.
That's incredible.
You don't see that. I feel like it's always diarrhea.
Yeah,
that's
that was my silver lining, that it wasn't a diarrhea situation. So
that's
it was
good.
That was my poopy boy story. But other than that, I don't think I've ever actually like shit my pants, or I don't think I've really peed my pants either.
Everyone should do it once or twice.
Oh,
it's humbling. It's humbling.
Yeah.
It's good.
Absolutely.
I mean, I've recently shit my pants, but it wasn't entertaining. It was just I sneezed and then
really?
Just had diarrhea. You know, remember that?
Sure.
I just kind of sneezed. My like famous one that like all my followers know is like I shit my pants while making out with this girl.
Oh,
yeah, just
hammered,
like
drunk. Were you drunk?
No, dead ass sober.
Oh,
dead sober.
Just nervous or just
no? I'm gonna TLDR this. Basically it was start of COVID.
Yeah.
And everyone's listening to podcasts. I started listening to Joe Rogan and he's preaching the carnivore diet. So I was bored and I was like, I'm going to try this. Like I've tried the vegetarian. Let's try the opposite, carnivore.
Yeah.
The problem is, and he didn't mention this, or maybe I just didn't hear it. When you first start it, you have terrible diarrhea.
Oh, really?
Awful.
Is it? That means only meat. You're only eating meat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And so I get diarrhea. I'm like freaking out. I'm like, do I have Crohn's? My grandpa had Crohn's, so it runs in the family. I'm like, am I getting Crohn's? Like, insult to injury to this whole lockdown thing. But meanwhile, like I go on this date with this girl. We go watch a movie. Date was awful. Situation was awful. Don't need to get into it. But basically on my way, like I was over at her place, kind of on my way out, and all of a sudden, like my stomach just starts fucking the whole night. No problems.
Yep. Oh, it's always the body knows the most inopportune moment.
Oh,
I think it absolutely knows.
Yep. So kind of your same situation, like went from I'm good to if you don't sit on a toilet in the next minute, you're gonna die.
Oh, one of the worst feelings. Oh, I hate that.
Yeah.
And you were making out with her while you shit your pants.
Yep. So I was like, I need to go. She's like, fine. Once again, kind of weird situation where like we were dating but not. It was like situationship.
Sure.
On the way out, she's like, wait. And she like starts kissing me, and so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do this. And then that was when my body was like, yep, final straw.
Time.
Boom.
Did you tell her?
No, she's to this day, unless she's seen those clips, I don't think she knows.
So you just waddled out of there with a little diarrhea in your undies? Oh, that's a champ.
I was lucky. I was wearing black jeans.
That's the move.
Yeah,
kept it in.
And my underwear and my
didn't look like any like.
Yeah,
nope.
Yep.
But
always
then
wear black jeans.
But then I had to like drive home.
Oh, wait. I'm full of poop right now.
I had to like drive home.
Yeah.
So like not only did I have to like waddle away, but like also act like I didn't just shit my pants. But then I had to like sit in my shitty pants for the like
and
3-minute
it turns
drive.
into like a little cake of poop.
Oh yeah, it was all diarrhea. It was like not a
This
cake.
is like
It
a
was-
super particular question. Do you remember what song you played on that ride back?
dead silence.
I think that's where you
Silence.
think you listen to your heartbeat and you think about what you've done.
Yeah,
I think that's where you think about being
Is
alive.
this-
Yeah.
Is this my punishment?
Yeah,
for
yeah. What did I do?
premarital sex,
Yeah,
or-
yeah. I shouldn't have been making out before marriage.
Yeah.
God, I'm sorry.
My bad.
Oh God.
Premature hand holding or
Yep.
whatever. Premarital hand holding.
I pissed myself in my car once when I was driving. I was like stuck in traffic and I had one of those naked juice bottles and I was like, okay, I'll piss in this naked juice.
Yeah.
I get my dick out. It was like stop and go traffic. I get my dick out. I piss in it, but it was more than a naked juice bottle of piss. So I'm just pissing into it. It just all fills up. And you're like, no, stop. And you can't stop. And it's just like, and I'm just peeing on myself. And the piss is frothing out of the naked juice onto me in traffic.
A little, and there's a little. You can't get all the naked juice out either.
No,
so
there's a
No,
little bit.
no.
There's a little
It's
bit
like
of
on
that
the side.
almond protein, whatever in there.
Oh
yeah,
my
it was one of
God.
those protein ones. Oh, that was
A
bad.
hot summer
Because you
day.
can't stop a piss once
No.
it starts. It's
No.
I don't know why,
That
but
is
you can't
absolutely
stop.
That is one of the absolute truths.
You wouldn't think you would have more than a naked bottle of piss. I
Yeah.
thought never would I piss. I pissed like 2 of them.
Yeah.
And
Oh my
it's-
God.
That was a sad moment. That
Yeah.
was sad.
I think. Well, then you got to sit in it for the
Then
rest
I
of
had
the
to sit, and it was a
traffic.
long traffic. I think it was in Chicago or something.
Oh, Chicago.
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna
Yeah,
say.
it was like a 40-minute drive still.
Yeah.
You
It
ever
was a
think?
hot day too, so it was like
Baking.
steaming.
Oh.
Oh, really disgusting. That
You
was
ever
really
think-
bad.
You ever think the person next to you like saw?
They
this
saw
whole
my
thing
dick.
go
Yeah,
down?
yeah.
They're like, they
What
just
the
see like
fuck?
really hyper focused, and then all of a
He's
sudden
banging
you're
on
like,
the window like, I got a Powerade bottle
Yeah.
right here. Never use
Switch
naked,
out,
dude.
switch out, switch out.
Yeah, you always use Powerade, man. Come
can
on.
you imagine you're in stop and go traffic,
Take
like
this,
hating
take
your
this.
life,
Yeah, yeah.
or even more like you just all of a sudden in the corner of your eye see a dude just like freaking out, and you're like roll down your window. He's like, "Do you have a bottle? I need to piss so bad. It's going everywhere, man."
That's the time I would ask. That's
Yeah.
the time I would
Yeah.
feel fine doing
Yeah.
that.
Hail Mary.
I'll
Can't
inconvenience
knock
a
on the door.
stranger, not someone I
Yes,
know.
yeah.
That's what
True.
it is. I don't care about strangers. That's
True.
fine.
Yeah, never see them again.
Exactly.
Well, thank you for sharing your pooping and pissing pants.
yeah,
story.
I
I
forgot.
love it.
I forgot
love
about
it.
that piss one till right now. That kind of came back out of nowhere.
Yeah,
That's
I feel like
good.
you can make a good like
that
bit
I
out
think
of it.
that's because like the seeing it come up that was that's very comical. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never figured out stories on stage, but I would like to one day. Yeah.
Really.
I've
Wait.
done a couple, but not really that many. Nothing over like a
Well, I
minute.
see.
I do
Yeah.
like little short things. But like the guys who can do like an 8-minute story, I've never really
And then like
been
or
able
like
to
go really far out and then wrap it in.
and wrap
sort
it
of-
in. I've
yeah.
never been able to do that, which I think that's the hardest thing to do in comedy actually.
Mhm.
Oh, really?
Like a long
Okay.
story that dives in and out. Maybe it goes to other things, but then wraps up at the
Yeah.
end.
Yeah.
I think that's the hardest thing to do in comedy.
Well,
Mhm.
I think your comedy is really great because it's just clever.
Sure.
Like-
okay, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the maybe we shouldn't say the exact joke so that people can go and like listen to the
Oh,
joke,
sure,
but
sure.
the black box one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
that
yeah,
one-
yeah.
when
That's a
we
fun
saw
That
one.
one hit me. That one hit me really.
I love a
hard.
good wordplay. I
Yeah.
do love
Yeah.
wordplay. I
Yeah.
think I think wordplay is very fun.
When you said that joke in Houston, we were freaking out.
Yeah.
We were
it's just like Mike forward. I'm just like, it's so funny. It
That
was-
one
it
can
was
really
so
hit or
good.
miss. I've seen that one miss a couple times.
Speaking of,
You know what? In
missing-
Minneapolis, it didn't hit that well yesterday. A very
Really?
Really?
all white crowds don't like when you talk about race. They get a little like,
can I laugh at this?
Yeah, like, can I laugh at this? They're like, yeah, but it's like if you
I
love
hate that.
other races so much, why aren't you friends of other races here?
Yeah.
You know,
True.
It's always that. Like, yeah,
Mhm.
Minneapolis that's the one thing they don't laugh about race jokes as much here.
Dang.
Oh,
I
really?
noticed that yesterday. I think I had a great set, but like the maybe 5 minutes of race jokes were probably the worst jokes of the set.
Mhm.
They still did fine, but they were like some people like I don't know about
I don't know if I should
this.
laugh at this.
I don't think this is okay. Yeah, so that was interesting.
Mm.
Interesting.
Every city has like
Yeah, I
little
was just
things
gonna
they
say.
Yeah,
don't they
I'm
don't
sure.
like to laugh at.
Mhm.
Like Houston, I feel like they didn't like immigration, gun control down there a little dicier. Like every
Yeah.
area has their like hot button topics.
Totally.
But if you can't laugh about it, I mean, it's
Sure.
Just, it's
Yeah.
I still do it, but I
yeah.
just know
I
like
applaud you for still doing
the
it.
gun
'cause, like,
control bit in Texas probably not going to hit as hard as
Yeah.
in New York or
Yeah.
whatever.
Mm,
That's
Yeah.
just how art works. It's
Mhm.
different everywhere.
mhm.
That's so interesting. Were you gonna ask something?
I was gonna say, have you? So I know, like, like at amateur night, if you went to, you know, over at Sisyphus or something,
Sure.
Obviously like those are just people like going up there and like doing it for their first, second, third time.
Yeah.
Lots of like jokes that just fall flat.
Oh yeah.
Have you like tell me your like personal worst where you're just like that joke bombed so hard that it's almost funny?
Oh, sure. Well, I've had 2 people try to storm the stage at me.
No.
Yeah,
Okay.
in Chicago, in like right before the pandemic. Yeah, like right in 2020, right before the pandemic. I can't remember this guy. There is like this big fucking like classic like old Polish dude, Chicago guy, like a bowling ball
Oh, yeah.
of a man. And I don't know, he was like heckling me or whatever. I can't remember what he said exactly. And I made it wasn't really a great insult. I was talking about abortion. I was like, speaking of abortion, you should have been aborted.
Yeah.
It wasn't like
Yeah.
my most it wasn't like my most clever
Not
moment.
clever.
It was like kind of a bad riff, and the guy's
It's almost like your
and-
mom.
Yeah, it was the equivalent of a your mom joke. Basically.
Yeah.
It wasn't my best moment. And this guy just like stands up, he takes his shirt off. He had like a t-shirt on and had like a wife beater underneath. He just starts like fucking rumbling towards the stage. And it was the first day the Laugh Factory in Chicago had hired a security guard.
Nice.
If it had been the day before, I would have gotten my ass fucking
Smoked.
beaten up because he would have beaten the shit out
Oh,
of me.
yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
thank God they had a huge security guard to like grab him by the collar and
Yeah.
throw him out. But he was gonna get me. And then in Nashville, some guy, I made fun of Trump. I don't remember what I said about Trump, but this guy really hated it, and
What
I
a
was
dick rider.
like, oh, I think I called him like a chicken nugget body or something. And that was a little better. And so I was like, he was like
Yeah.
a walking chicken nugget.
You're
or
like
whatever.
at least proud of that.
That one, I
That's
was
a
like, that was
good-
funny, and
Yeah.
he really was a very square looking man.
Yeah.
And he gets up and he turns his hat around to reveal a "Make America Great Again" hat, and he like walks towards the stage. He could have beat me up. He actually got to the stage and then he just stood there and just like stared at me for like 2 minutes. He didn't do anything, and he just like didn't say anything. He's just like puffing his
I'm
chest.
here.
And then he eventually, like, a couple people were like, "Hey, back off, dude." And then he walked away. It was very weird. And I just like
Yikes.
sat there like silent, like, "Are you gonna hit me or not?"
Yeah.
Like,
This seems
let's
like a
get
big
this
moment
over
for
with.
you.
Someone turn on the camera. This could be big for my
Yeah,
career.
yeah.
It could be big. Yeah.
Comedian gets punched
Yeah,
on stage.
Right. Yeah.
Big moment for him. I mean, he's probably like, this is where I make my stand.
Right. Yeah. This is
Like,
right.
yeah,
Stand
yeah.
up for Trump.
Yeah.
I am the wall.
Yeah. Daddy Trump will give me money
Yeah.
because I stood up for him at
Look
a
what I
comedy
did.
show in Nashville. Yeah, people are crazy. I don't
Man.
know. Yeah, it gets wild out
Well,
there
people,
sometimes.
it's just so surprising how, like, even just at that show that we were at with you,
Yeah.
like, some people you could just tell, like, weren't, like, they just weren't into it.
yeah,
And I
oh,
felt
for
like,
sure.
what do you, I mean, I think there's obviously taste and, like, what you, like, think is
Yeah.
funny, but the expectation going in.
Yeah, I get if you don't
Yeah.
like like if you watch a Netflix special at home, I get
Yeah.
if you don't like it, but if you take the time to leave your house, you bought a ticket, you got a babysitter,
know who
you
you're
drove into
seeing.
town. They also they had my videos up. They could have
Yeah.
watched a couple of them
Yeah.
to get an idea of what it was.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then they don't, and they're like, "This is a little
Yeah.
filthy,
Yeah.
a little crass for me."
Yeah.
It's always like a 65-year-old rich person. Those are
Yeah.
the people who hate me.
Ugh.
60 plus rich people are the worst people
Not
in the
your
world.
demo.
The rich people in general just don't need laughter.
No.
Yeah.
They have a good
money.
life already.
They have money.
Like, yeah, they have money.
Yeah.
Laughter's for poor people and middle class people.
Yeah.
The,
Yeah.
the rich people, they like, I have a yacht. I don't need to
Yeah.
fucking laugh, dude.
Yeah.
They don't need it. Or like the rich women, like they spend so much money in their face, they don't want to put a crease in it by
Yeah.
laughing. They don't want to like, they're like, this face costs $50K. I'm not laughing.
No,
at it." Yeah.
absolutely not.
They can't. Yeah.
Damn. Wow. I can't even imagine if someone like charged me doing anything.
I mean, I was not graceful. I wasn't like I was like, "Oh, please no, please don't, oh my god, please don't." I became a fucking coward. I mean, of course,
Yeah.
I'm skinny. He could break.
Yeah.
The first guy could have
I'm
killed
a
me
comedian,
easily.
not a UFC fighter. Right?
Yeah, exactly. I'm not strong. Yeah,
Damn.
you guys could maybe keep up with
Oh,
someone.
thank you.
You get- I think we're very similar.
Yeah.
We got a similar build.
Yeah.
I think you're stronger than me for sure.
Well,
but-
it pays you funny. You just talk yourself.
exactly.
Out of
I
it.
never had to use.
Oh, like I'll
strength.
kiss you if you hit me. Oh,
Yeah.
whoa.
Yeah, don't hit me. I might get a boner.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like getting slapped around. Yeah.
So here's a good follow up because I wanted to ask about this. you are phenomenal with crowd work.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
I try to be.
Was so impressed. Like, we've seen your clips.
Sure.
And, like, sometimes you watch the clips and you're like, is that real? Did he plant that person?
Oh,
And,
yeah.
like,
People always think that.
Yeah.
It would be so much
Well-
work to do that. I think maybe 10% of people would do that. Maybe. Yeah.
I think we're too, like, I come from a little bit the influencer world where,
Yeah.
like, a lot of those interviews completely fake.
Oh, for
a lot of
sure.
those,
Yeah.
like,
all those on the street interviews,
Oh.
they're all fake.
they're all staged.
I know
Yeah.
most
Every
of,
single
I
one of
know
them.
I won't say the name, but there's someone who does that in New York. It's all comedians they're talking to, and they
Yeah.
have pre-planned bits they do.
Yep.
Which is whatever. It's funny, but
Yeah.
it is not real. Yeah.
Yeah,
for
if
sure.
the entertainment is there, but
Yeah.
I feel like with stand-up, there's so many, like, social media is very different than stand-up.
Sure,
I
sure.
feel like there's just more, like, respect around, hey, you're getting up in front of people to, like, talk for 5 minutes, and the expectation is that you have to be funny.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
Ouch.
You can't cut. You can't edit. It's
Yeah.
Just, it's just there. Yeah.
I'm so dumb. I should have. So I've done a stand-up comedy thing.
Oh, you did.
It was so bad.
in Minneapolis.
No. In college. So
Oh,
there
you
was,
did oh wow, in Ames.
This
you
is-
did a thing.
This is
there
where
we go.
I get to be a nerd. So
I like that.
I was in the honors program at Iowa State,
Yeah.
and they actually had, like, a comedy college class where they taught you how to be funny.
Wow.
Kind of bullshit.
Did you pay for that? It wasn't a credit class, or was it?
It was.
It
In
was. Oh, wow.
theory, yes, but, like, you had to get credits from the honors program in order to graduate with honors. So it was kind of like, well, if I'm gonna do something,
Might as well do a comedy class.
yeah. And at the time, I'd been doing content creator stuff, so I was like,
Sure.
yeah, sure, I'll practice being funny when
Yeah,
I'm already
yeah.
doing this on the side. And so, we did that, and it was kind of, it was just primed. It was a pass or fail. The way you pass is the end of the year, you do a stand-up comedy show. You have to get one laugh, but then they, like, put honors kids in there.
Oh,
Like,
so they're all trying not to laugh.
no,
kind
they
of?
are
Oh,
like,
they are.
the prime is like, hey, like, they need a laugh, so, like, just laugh, give them pity laughs.
Oh
so
wow!
Yeah.
At
But-
where? Just an auditorium or something?
just one of, like, the rooms
Oh
where
yeah.
they,
Okay,
smaller.
gotcha.
yeah, one of the smaller
And
rooms.
it was a year-long class.
Oh, excuse me,
Or
semester.
semester. Okay.
Semester.
And you had how long was the set at the end?
I think mine ended up. How long do you think that was? Like 10 minutes?
Yeah. 7
Oh
to 10
really?
minutes.
Yeah,
That's
7 to
pretty
10
long.
minutes.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice.
Well, I tend to talk a lot. Like, I think
Oh,
one of the
yeah.
biggest problems I had was very long.
that's
Yeah.
a new comic thing. Everyone
Yeah.
does that. Over talking, over writing.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a
Mhm.
very
Yep.
common thing.
Mhm.
I had him react to it because he'd never seen it before, and it was just kind of fun to go back to it after, like,
Oh,
2 or
you
3
you
years.
watched
Yeah, I
it
watched
on
it.
here. Oh, that's
Yeah.
funny.
But
That's fun.
Maybe when you come back, I'll
Oh,
show
that'd
it
be
to
fun.
you.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm into that.
I think
yeah,
that'd
a
be
little
funny.
critique. Yeah,
I would
that'd be
love for
fun.
you to just rip it
That
apart.
would be fun. I would love it. Yeah, maybe not. I could find my first or second video. There's somewhere online.
Yeah.
I think the second one still exists. The first one might be lost forever. But
Well, you've been doing it for a long time, haven't you?
10 years recently. Yeah, a little
Nice.
over 10 years now. Yeah.
When do you feel like you hit like when you like kind of just started running? Like
I think I found my voice like right before the pandemic. Like
let's-
my career was
Oh,
like kind of lifting off like January, February of 2020. I was
Mhm.
like finally a full-time comedian. I was like headlining these clubs I've always
Mhm.
wanted. Like when the
Damn.
pandemic hit, like March 2020, I had like 10 headlining weekends coming up in the next 3 months. Like I was like, I'm finally gonna make some fucking money in
Yeah.
comedy. And so the pandemic I got really depressed when the pandemic hit.
Yeah.
Like I went to grad school. I was like, I'm done with comedy.
yeah.
God doesn't want me to do comedy. Like the world's against me. And then, but now then it came back, and I think I've really found my voice in the last
Mhm.
2 years.
Yeah.
That's
Because
awesome.
the pandemic made you appreciate like, oh,
yeah.
I got locked inside away from the thing I love for like what 9, 12
Yeah.
months. I was like, this is all I want to do. I might as well have fun and try my
Yeah.
hardest at it now.
Mhm.
I don't take it for granted as much as I did before.
Very true.
Before I was like stand up will always exist, but then it got taken away and you're like,
Yeah.
oh shit, this is like a
This can
precious
go away
thing.
like that.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I really respect it a lot more now.
Yeah.
What made you come back?
I did Chicago was pretty much closed for like 9 months. There was a couple outdoor shows, but the shows sucked. But I
Mhm.
did like one real show like once the vaccine came out. And the second you do it, you're just like, oh, this is a feeling unlike anything else. I can't go to DePaul for grad school. This is not gonna. Bye. I went to 2 semesters. I was like, okay, this isn't gonna work out.
Fuck grad school.
Yeah, fuck grad school. My parents were so happy I quit comedy to go to grad school.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say your parents were like supportive. And,
no.
like,
They were like, yes, grad school. This is what we always wanted.
Fuck yes.
Yeah, but now they finally started appreciating that I'm being successful recently.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Headlining Acme in Minneapolis, the comedy club here. That was like them. Even though I've done bigger things, that was them realizing, oh, he's headlining that local club.
Wow.
Jeff must be finally doing it.
Yeah.
They didn't respect it at all until like 8 months ago.
Yeah, you were in
really.
Probably a huger place somewhere else.
I did way bigger things.
Yeah.
I did like Just for Laughs in Montreal was a way bigger deal,
Yeah.
but they had no conception of what that meant.
Yeah.
The Comedy Cellar means nothing to them. They have no idea what that means.
But
Acme in
that is
Minneapolis,
the
like,
Golden
wow,
Globe.
he's really made
Yeah.
it. He's really made it, Thomas. Wow.
That's sick. That's sick. I do want to dive back into that really quick. I wanted to finish up.
Yeah.
I was just going to ask you about crowd work.
Oh, yeah.
Because, sorry, I got off on a tangent,
No.
but that was one thing that I tried to implement in my like show, and I just thought I didn't do it well.
Sure.
I basically just
What did you did one little thing. What was it?
I just talked shit. This guy was wearing a beanie, and when I walked in, I had one moment that I was like, I need to find someone and just like be able to throw like one quick diss.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so this guy
That's
was-
good. That's good instincts, though.
This guy was wearing a beanie, and it looked pretty natural, but I had it pre-planned. But I was like, yo, like that guy, like with the condom on top of his head, 'cause it was really tight.
Sure.
And it got some
that
laughs,
did well.
but
I'm sure that did well.
Yeah, it was
that's
okay.
a good line. Yeah, that's a good line.
But then watching you in Houston was insane. Like the
Thank
ideas that you come up with, and even your clips are like, what the fuck?
I'm trying to remember which show you guys were at because there were some wild.
It was the dude with the snakes.
Snakes.
Oh,
Snake
the
hunters.
snake people.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that was a weird one.
Yeah.
These dudes who like were snake hunters or something.
Yeah.
Who
Yeah.
met on the side of the road.
Yeah, that was so funny
That
because
was
I
a
feel
fun
like
one.
you heard that and you were like, this could not have gone any better.
Yeah. Exactly.
Wow. Yes.
That one was perfect. There are
Yeah.
some times where
You're
you're like, when you ask someone, oh, how'd you two meet? Oh, we met catching snakes in Mexico. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm just like, thank you. It's
Like,
not some
hey, I'll write you
lame,
a
like,
check
I
after
work in
this, like, that was
IT or
dope.
whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, if I can't make that funny, I have to quit,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Yep.
Okay.
But it's something like that. I mean, it was funny, and I'm glad, but like that was a softball to me.
Oh.
I think that was when they have a weird response, I think it's easier actually. I think it's harder to make it funny if some guy's like, I work in accounting. I think that's much harder to make funny.
Oh,
actually.
absolutely. Yeah.
I feel opposite. I think
Really?
if someone were to say that to me, I wouldn't even know where to go with that. I'd be like, snake hunting? What do I know about
then
snake
I
hunting?
feel
That
like
is
with
true.
that,
I-
it turns
I think
into,
you can just play off of that. Like, what is that? That's crazy. I think
Yeah.
people like
you
that.
turn into
yeah.
like question master. You're
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
true.
You can turn into like an
I'm good at that.
interviewer
Yeah.
sometimes, like
Yeah.
interrogation sometimes a little bit. That's what a lot of crowd work is just asking the right questions.
mhm.
Okay, so
Like a lot of people just ask like, how'd you meet? What do you do? Which can be funny, but when you ask people like, what's your favorite sex position? What's your dirty talk song? Like that's when they
Ooh,
get
okay.
like in more specific questions, that's when the crowd work gets better, I think.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay. So
Yeah.
that's what I was gonna ask. Is like, do you have tips? I've, with the Sisyphus doing the open mics, I've debated making a return.
Oh yeah, you should. You
Not to
should.
like become a comedian, but more just like I just like putting myself in situations where I'm either gonna fucking
oh
fall on
sure,
my face or
uncomfortable. Yeah,
Yeah.
face of fear. Yeah.
but crowd work has always I think sometimes I think really slow
Sure.
or thinking slow sends me down a spiral of like I need to say something like what am I going to say? It has to be funny, it has to be entertaining, and then I just lock up.
You're right. Yeah, I think the key to crowd work is that like once you have to do it a few times to figure this out, but I think the crowd gives you the bar to being funny is lower for crowd work. The crowd like recognizes that you're like doing this on the fly, so they'll laugh at things that if you had written them down, maybe wouldn't be that funny, but they give you a slack. They're like, oh, he's doing this on the spot. It's kind of fun. We'll give him a little more leash to run with or whatever.
Yeah.
So then, and also the fact that once you get comfortable on stage, you are funnier and smarter than the people in the crowd. So you'll always be able to beat them at their game.
Got
Like
it.
and like people get so nervous when you call on them. They like will always say
Yeah.
something stupid.
Yeah.
Like they don't even
Okay.
mean to do it, but everyone's so most people never get on stage after they
Yeah.
graduate high school or whatever. So
Mhm.
they get so scared when you call on them, they're gonna say something stupid that you
Yeah.
can make funny.
Mhm.
It's just it happens every show.
Well, it puts
You-
the spotlight on
It puts
Yeah,
the spotlight on them, and
yeah.
they're like, and then they say something that might not even be true, but it's like
Yeah,
funny and honest. and
snakes.
yeah, like snakes. That guy probably didn't mean
Walked
to tell
out. He
me
walked
that.
out. He was like, I don't do that.
Or like,
But,
yeah,
why'd I say
either
that?
it's not true, or he's like, God, I said I wouldn't talk about the snakes, but I
Yeah.
did it, and he did it.
That's what I thought. Like I was full thinking like that guy's fucking with him.
I
Like,
think that guy was honest. I think those guys were honest.
Crazy.
Those were weird, like Texas dudes.
Yeah.
They were weird. They probably didn't mean to come in there and talk about that.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that was the nerves,
Yeah.
probably.
And then someone else in that show like came in like late or something,
Oh,
and like you were
yeah.
doing, and like you were like grilling their friends or something.
oh yeah.
And then it was like perfect timing. Like dude comes in, he's like, "Oh, you're like there the fuck he is." Like late to the
yeah,
show. It was just like
I do remember that.
that was,
Wow,
like,
that's crazy.
perfect
Yeah,
timing.
I like to do a thing when someone leaves the room where I try to get their friend to like confess a secret about them.
oh yeah,
I've
and then
seen
I
that.
try to incorporate that into like a joke later. I've only gotten it to really work like 3 times, but it's like kind of my holy grail I'm always
yeah.
chasing. Yeah.
that is really cool.
I did it
though.
last year in Madison, or not in Madison, Minneapolis, and I got it on tape. And it was like, I was like, this is the best moment of my career. I like pranked this dude who went to the bathroom or whatever,
that's
and
hilarious.
it felt really good.
That's cool. Like I would never think of that. Where do your ideas come from? Like what is your joke writing process?
It's a lot of me getting high. When I'm high, I'm very creative. I could
Mhm.
come up with a lot of creative ideas. I maybe can't take them to their final point. Like I come up with a lot of joke premises when I'm
Yeah.
high. I don't have
Totally.
the concentration to write a whole joke when I'm high, but
Mhm.
I'll come up with like the basic idea, and then I write everything down on my phone.
Mhm.
If I say anything that makes someone laugh or think anything, I have like a notes app that has probably 20,000 joke ideas on it.
Holy shit.
And then like probably 5 days a week, I'll sit down and pick like 10 of those prompts and just like free write on them for
Mhm.
like an hour.
That's
I like
sick.
put my phone on the other side of the room and like set an alarm and write.
Mhm.
That's the main way I do it, is free writing.
Mhm.
I like that.
I think
like
that getting away from your phone is good, because then I just write so much better when I'm not
Mhm.
checking every 3 minutes. or
Yeah,
whatever.
the notifications going off.
Yeah,
It's just
oh,
like
yeah.
it just breaks your mind,
Oh,
your
yeah.
circle of your thoughts every
Yeah,
time. It's
totally.
never good. Yeah.
I feel like
absolutely.
I come up with like if like sometimes so I go on runs a lot.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And-
Running too. Running
Yeah.
is great too. Yeah.
I was gonna say like my brain is just like okay, let's focus on anything that isn't and
yeah, and it makes you run longer. The thing that always sucks though, I don't run. I will think of a great joke idea, but I'm like, I have to remember this.
Yeah,
So
I
it's
was just-
all I
yep.
think about for the next 30 minutes. Is don't forget.
Yeah.
But it does help me
Mhm.
run too.
I have like this like moment right before bed where I feel like I'm like lasered in on like not just jokes but like life stuff that
Oh,
like I'm
sure.
just like
Mhm.
doing at the moment or like in that like time period, and I hate it because I don't like my phone's right there, but I'm about to fall asleep,
Yeah.
so I don't want to wake up and write it down, and there's zero chance I remember it.
Yeah,
in the
I
morning.
used to always be like that.
Yeah.
Oh, this joke idea. I'll for sure remember that after
Yeah.
I'm in dreamland for 8
Yeah.
hours.
yeah.
And then you never do. So
Yeah.
I always wake myself up, but it does
Prompts
ruin my
to you,
sleep
yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah, I
absolutely
feel like
does.
it's like those even running, like I'd be like, God damn it, like why now when I'm like can't.
But then
like,
you'll remember it
yeah.
3 days later while
Yeah.
you're jacking off. Or whatever. You're like, the joke will come back. I'm like, what the fuck? Why is this
Also
brain
a bad
work like
time,
that?
but
yeah, also bad time using
Yeah.
my phone.
Yeah.
You like climax
Almost
as you remember.
there,
Yeah, yeah.
I wanted to bring something up. I meant to bring it up earlier when you were talking about pooping your pants.
Oh yeah.
So I was listening to your podcast. Are you Commando right now?
Wait, am I? No, I'm not. I'm not right now. Yeah, I'm not. Because I recently, maybe like a month ago, we had me and my co-host got in a huge argument. Whenever I wear black pants, I usually don't wear boxers. Probably like 4 days a week. I don't wear
Why?
boxers.
Crazy.
Why-
I think it's more comfortable.
No, but why black pants?
Well, because then if the piss won't flow, like,
okay.
because you always
yeah.
dribble like one drop of
Yes.
piss. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
wearing khakis, I learned. I had
Yeah.
too many
Yeah.
shows
That was
where I would
my-
have like a clear piss stain. I'm like, I gotta
Bright
go on,
ass lights.
I gotta go on stage right now. I guess I'm gonna be the guy who pissed his pants
Yeah.
before the show. So now
That's
I
what
don't
happened
do
to
that.
me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I had kind of like this material on pants and like the khaki color.
Yeah.
And just walked it, like did the thing, shook, and then like put her back in, and it was like, nope, you had like just a little more.
There was actually that
it wasn't
much
like
left.
there was a good amount, but it was still just like I walked out and I just
and you can't get it's gonna be an hour till it dries. You're just that guy now.
Yeah,
that's what our podcast is named after. Last drop, just like that one last drop that gets you.
Yeah, it's amazing. God really fucked up with the urethra.
Yeah.
You can't get all the piss out.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah. No,
maybe redesign the thing.
So I was listening to your podcast, and like at first I was just like, because you were like, oh, I think more people do this, and I was like, nah, man, that's not.
I think it is, but then when we posted it, most people were commenting, Team Commando, dude.
No way.
I would say 70% of the comments were in support of being Commando half the time, not every day. I probably
okay.
And now after hearing the arguments, I'm gonna scale back my Commando days, probably 2 days a week now.
Do you feel it's like risky?
Yeah,
I think that I like the argument that someone says like, well, then your shit is just rubbing against your pants, and that is a good point.
Yeah,
it means I should wash my pants more. I was wrong not to do so, but I'd also say, isn't it just gonna get shit on your boxers? It's gonna go somewhere.
Yeah,
I guess the boxers are for that though.
On a sweaty day, like.
On a sweaty day,
your shit's gonna get to the pants. Anyways.
Yeah. On a hot day, I'm not wearing boxers. That's uncomfortable to me. I don't wear them on a hot day.
So then I started thinking, I was like, who the fuck was just like, let's wear boxers? You know what I'm saying?
Reason.
Like, who was like, I'm gonna wear a layer of clothing underneath a layer of clothing, and that's where I was
and
like,
it's not
big
for
brain,
warmth.
like,
it's not for warmth either, and it's not really comfortable either.
No.
I don't think it is actually. I don't. I think it's generally.
I think it's protection from the zipper.
But I've never had a problem with the zipper. I think it's you always hear about that, but I've never had that happen.
I've never.
But it could.
There is because the one time it happens, it will ruin your life.
Yeah,
that is true.
Crazy.
The one time a pube gets caught, or God forbid, the skin of the penis gets caught in there.
Yeah,
that's I'll be like, shoot me, doc.
Yeah,
shoot me. Put me down like
fine.
a horse. I don't
like...
want to live anymore.
Give me the tranks.
Yeah, I don't need to live after that.
My whole reason to live is gone.
I want a horse painkiller. And like, you don't need one. For
and
this.
A couple people said that it makes my penis less sensitive because it's rubbing on my jeans, but that can't be true.
Yeah,
that doesn't make any sense. There's no way that's true.
If anything, that's a good thing.
Yeah,
your girlfriend would love that.
Wouldn't that make me finally last 90 seconds? That would be great.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Don't see a problem with that.
Yeah, I don't see a problem.
Every dude should do that at that point.
Yeah. You guys don't go. You're not Commando right now. Not in that color. Not in that color.
Not this color.
I got to wear on underneath here.
I only wear black pants because of that now.
That makes you have like your reasoning, and you have like
I wasn't always. I'm a newly Commando guy. Like
it's not with just like, oh no, I'm just underwear is expensive. You have like there's like
it's comfortable. I just want to be comfortable.
You prepare with black pants. It's during like when it's hot out. Absolutely no. Like
I just never want to. Being uncomfortable in clothes makes no sense. Why would you wear clothes that you don't feel comfortable with? Even if they look bad. I wore shorts to a wedding once because I was like, I want to be comfortable.
That's awesome.
It was 105 degrees. I'm like, I'm not wearing pants. I'm sorry. It was outside wedding.
What?
I wore nice golf shorts, and I realized I was wrong now I do.
Yeah, you're wrong.
I was wrong. I was wrong,
it's
but
not your day.
It wasn't my day. It wasn't my day.
Yep.
I was wrong, but it felt pretty good.
But you were comfortable.
It felt pretty good. And now I lost a friend over it. Yeah.
Did you
really?
wear?
One of my friends got really mad at me. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Not the guy's wedding.
I would just shit on you relentlessly. I wouldn't.
His girlfriend got mad at me, and then he had to get mad for her, and then it became a whole thing. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Very lame.
That's so wild.
Yeah.
So lame.
Like I'm trying to think. Like if Evan rolled up to my wedding wearing shorts, I would just shit on him.
Yeah.
I'd be like.
One of our best friends. It's like whatever.
Yeah, that's like
I shouldn't have done it, but yeah.
Yeah, you should just get up on stage and be able to start ripping like
roast
when
me.
you see Geoffrey, like give him a high five.
Great
slap his thighs.
Yeah. Give him a little salmon. The salmon.
Skies out, thighs out. Dude, you have the button up tie blazer.
I think I did.
That's even more incredible.
It looked really bad. It didn't make any sense. Yeah.
You need to make a bit off of that.
I wish there's a picture somewhere. I gotta find a picture of
Yeah.
it because it didn't look good. It was at like a golf country club thing or something. Yeah. Yeah, it was not a great wedding.
That's phenomenal.
It fits. These are golf shorts, you know.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, I'm
followed
gonna
the
play
theme.
18. Yeah, of course I'm not. But
No.
Wedding at 9, 18 holes at 10. You know,
yeah,
kind of
right. Yeah.
I love it. Can we bop back? I know we're jumping around
that's
quite
good.
a bit,
That's how it
but
goes.
I want to hear more about your comedy career. So you are born and raised here.
Yes, yeah, Woodbury, Minnesota. Yeah.
Who do you got to throw it down?
Yeah,
for?
what's the
your,
trajectory? Like, did you do this in high school and then?
No, I did not. I didn't even really know what stand-up was. I mean, I knew it existed, but I wasn't really into it till I was like 20 or 21 probably, because Madison, I went to college at University of Wisconsin in Madison.
Yeah.
And they have a great comedy club there called Comedy on State. It's known as one of the best. Acme in Minneapolis and Comedy on State are known as like the 2 best clubs in the country, really. And Denver has a club too.
Oh,
Every
cool.
comic will say those 3 are the best like road clubs. And so
I didn't know that.
and there was an open mic night every Wednesday at the Madison Club, and there'd be like, I think it was like $1 for students or something. It was a crazy deal, and like $2 beers. So me and my friends would go there like every week and just get hammered and watch comedy. We probably went like every week for a year. I really never watched like stand-up specials. I just watched this open mic night. I wasn't like a Richard Pryor, George Carlin, Steve Martin, Eddie Murphy. I didn't really give a shit about that. We just went to the local. And my friend, I had this Saudi Arabian friend who like didn't speak English. It wasn't like his first language, and he really wanted to do stand up, but he didn't speak English well enough to do it. So he was like convinced me to do it like almost for him. Not like I wanted to do it too, but like he definitely wanted me to do it a little for him, and we would like write jokes together for like a year probably before I finally got up.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it was a fun time. And then I finally got up at like 22. Right before I graduated. It was like 2 months before I graduated, and I really had a great first set. I really crushed. And after that, it didn't go great for a while. But I had one great first set. There was like 200 people at my first show. It was crazy. Yeah, it was awesome.
Shit.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Is that the you posted a clip a while back? It was the one with the books. You look super young.
Yeah. That was maybe like a year or so, and 2 years into comedy. But I had the same.
Okay.
Now my comedies, I'm very like maybe like confident and loud and like I'm moving around. But back then I just kind of stood there and just kind of talked like this, and I did like very like monotone like, I'm a virgin, like self-deprecation stuff, which it was funny, but it's totally different than what I do now.
Yeah.
So I did like prop comedy. I did like
comedy.
I would like I would bring a stack of books on stage.
Okay.
I'd have props,
Okay.
and I'd like use the books as props. I would read from the Bible, and I had like I had this like
that just goes so south.
It was so weird.
Yeah.
And I had like this poster board I would bring on stage and read off of. I did these weird bits back then.
So how did you hone in like to, you were saying you were very timid and like, had more around like I'm a virgin, and now you're like, I wouldn't say you're aggressive on stage, but you're definitely just a little bit more like, hey, this is who I am, and I'm gonna be like edgy. And how did you get there? Like, what were
I'm very confident now. I mean, I did finally have sex. That helped. That was good. I got that come out.
Yeah.
I started masturbating. That was good too. I was just a vibrating little mound of cum on stage when I was 23. I was like, oh please, someone suck me off. Like the first, I think I lost my virginity like 2 years into comedy. So yeah, it took a little bit, but that did help honestly. But then I just, it actually, what actually was, it's like when people tell me not to do something, that's when I do something. Like, or not that, like people knew me as the prop guy. They were like, oh, Jeff's the Bible guy. He's the prop guy. He's like the nervous. And like, I was like known for that. And it was like a good thing, but I was like, I want to do something else now. So I like consciously decided to do a totally different type of comedy, like do like more like political, like,
hot
like not like I mean I love Bill Burr. I kind of want to do like kind of what Bill Burr is doing. Like he's definitely one of my heroes. So like it didn't go well. There was like I remember a year where I really did not do well, like trying this new style of comedy. But it is just you do your reps and you figure it out. That's just I was known as like I would try to do as many sets as I can. I was the guy I'm doing 2 or 3 sets and 2 or 3. Yeah, definitely. I was doing like my 2 or 3 sets a night in Chicago when other people were only doing one. And there were a lot of people who were funnier than me, And I think we're more naturally funny than me, but I put in the work and I got funnier than them.
That's sick.
I think there is a lot to be said. Natural talent does matter, but in the end, I think working hard is the real game changer, I would say.
And coming.
And coming.
Coming
is shout out the X Factor is coming. Yes. Coming regularly is nice. Blowjobs are good. They will help your life.
Shout out sex.
Shout out sex. It's good. Sex is goated. We love it. Yes. I love that.
Was that did you lose your virginity to the girl that you're dating right now?
No. This is in 2017, 2018.
How did you and your girlfriend meet?
We met on Hinge in Chicago during the heat of the pandemic,
in
that first winter of 2020 when in Chicago everything was shut down, and we went on a date. We just walked by the lake it was 30 degrees and just got hammered on a thermos of whiskey. It was great.
Sounds like a great first
it was
date.
I was like, okay, this girl's cool as hell.
She fucks.
Exactly. It was freezing cold. It was insane. She agreed to do it.
Yeah.
She must have been really desperate.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest. There was no one outside. We were the only people outside. It was insane.
That's cool.
It was cool. Yeah, it was a fun. And now, we lived together in New York. She's great.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that. When did you decide to go to New York?
Yeah,
I actually moved to New York before the pandemic and lived there for a year and a half, and then I moved back not because of the pandemic, but luckily I did right before the pandemic, and then I moved back a year ago.
Oh,
I was
cool.
in Chicago during the pandemic, which I think was great. New York seemed terrible.
Were you in New York when the sky was orange or whatever?
I actually was out of town when it was. My girlfriend sent me
damn.
pictures though. That looked insane.
That
That shit scares me. I would have not enjoyed that. That shit. I mean, no one enjoyed it, but that shit really gives
your
me
mind would have
tremors.
forest fires.
Yeah,
okay.
Right. Yeah. My conspiracy theory apocalypse brain gets going. I don't need that.
No,
Yeah.
pass.
Even right now, I mean, yesterday it was pretty bad. It's not that bad today.
Yeah,
but
we've had a couple bad days here.
that's so scary to me.
Yeah.
That stuff really bums me out.
No, it's a little for me. It's oh shit, nature really could just take us all out.
Oh yeah.
100%.
We have no control.
Yeah.
You got AI. Cool. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
No one cares. ChatGPT can't clear the skies.
God could just be meteor. And we're
let's enjoy this while we can.
Exactly.
How to avoid meteors.
Yeah. The great prompt. Yeah.
Could AI stop meteor?
Yeah.
Maybe if the dinosaurs had AI,
Yeah.
they would still be alive.
Sure, those stupid dinosaurs.
I love it, man. Hey, we're probably around an hour recording. How are you doing on?
Well, I don't know what time is it right
it
now?
is 4:15.
Okay, yeah, we can do 10 more minutes. I'm down with that. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
I've been asking a lot of questions. Do you have any specifically?
No, we've been doing great. I was gonna. I remember. So he's like I said. He sent me the clip of you with the countries, and I was I was like, this is so cool. I want to just rip some off and off the top of the head to see
Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
So
let's see how I know.
All right, so we're gonna do some warm ups.
Yeah,
we're gonna do Germany,
Berlin,
of
course.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, even easier, United States.
DC.
There we go.
I almost said America.
I was like, okay.
What I thought he was a genius. I guess
that's what Trump would have wanted.
Yeah. Wherever Donald Trump is currently, that's the capital.
Prison question mark?
Yeah. Right.
God,
Rikers Island.
Too much liberal agenda here.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's do another one. Vietnam.
Hanoi.
Yes.
There we go.
There we go.
I always say Ho Chi Minh sometimes.
All right, we'll go in different continent. Zimbabwe.
Harare.
Yes.
God damn it. There we go.
I can't believe
There we go. That was a tough one.
I mean, the first two were yes, but from here on, I did not know any of these.
You don't even know these countries. Okay, I can tell you where they are too. Probably.
Well, I know. Okay, actually, I don't know these countries either where they are. Okay, this country is East Timor.
East Timor. It's right next to Indonesia. Dili.
Wow.
I knew that one. I could find that one on a map. It's a really
insane.
small little island. I would love. That's a good one.
This one I might butcher the pronunciation, but
it will be
Palau.
offensive when you do. Palau.
Yeah, Palau.
But
you even just knew what it was.
I know
that's crazy.
It's a Pacific island. What letter
does
does it start with? The capital.
N.
It's like Ngelmorud or something. It's like NGELMMRUD
Yes.
or something
I'll give
like
it to
that.
you. It's
I don't know how to say it.
It's NGERULMUD.
Okay. Yeah, I have no idea.
I tried pronouncing it. I was like, that's too close.
Yeah. It also starts with MGER. I was like, I don't know.
Like, there's no way.
There's not a vowel, but my brain's putting a vowel in there,
we'll
and I don't
cancel
like
you real
this.
quick.
Yeah, it's Polynesian. No, it's a different
Whoa,
word.
Look it up. Look it up.
No, you say you knew all the capitals.
Yeah.
I guess they're all slurs to him. Yeah.
And then the last
That's
one.
a tough one.
So what I did when I looked these up is I just looked up new countries because I was like,
sure.
because I was like, he started masturbating at some point.
Sure,
so like,
sure.
and like what you said, like
there have been some new countries in the last 15 years.
Where's the gap?
so there has to be
East Timor was a decently new country.
Yep.
Yeah, what's the next? I wonder what
my last one is Kosovo.
Oh, Kosovo.
There we go.
It starts with a P, doesn't it?
Yep.
Podgorica.
Nope.
Pristina.
There it is.
Dude,
Damn.
crazy.
I knew
That's
it was
insane.
one.
He's not kidding.
Podgorica's nearby.
I saw that video and I was like, there's no way. And
that video, I was right on all of them. Sometimes I do just confidently say an answer and people don't know.
and they're like,
You know what I
holy
mean?
shit.
If someone says Uzbekistan and I don't know, I can just say any ethnic sounding
Yeah.
word and they'll be like, holy shit.
Yeah.
You know, and they're not allowed to take their phones out during the show so they can't
Yeah.
fact check me. But
Yeah.
usually I did get called out. Some lady was from Lesotho, which is like a small African country.
Mhm.
And I got it wrong, and she lit me up. I got
Oh, yeah.
cucked in front of all these people.
I mean,
Yeah.
rightfully so.
I'll never
though.
forget that. I'll never forget.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll never forget the capital of Lesotho.
That's
again.
awesome.
Maseru. I'll never forget
Yeah, rightfully
that.
so.
now.
I mean,
Yeah.
you gotta.
Gotta respect the
Yeah.
Lesothan people.
Yep.
Come on.
Mm-hmm.
This is hilarious because I was watching that entire clip and just being like, I didn't take a single geography class. Like, if you dead ass, I am that person that if you sat me down, gun to head, like, name 25 of these states in
You
America.
could, you could.
Maybe more. I would say like 40.
You don't remember the song?
There is a song.
like
Never learned it.
Alabama, Alaska,
Yeah.
Arizona, Arkansas.
Yep.
You know, damn.
But it's placing them.
yeah. Oh, you couldn't
placing them.
put them in
Yeah.
their spot. Oh,
Yeah.
Really? I don't think I even learned it in school. It was just like I had a big map on my wall for I don't know why, but I was just fascinated by
looked
this
at it.
big map that I looked at all the time because I was such a loser. I was just like playing with Legos and like making up these battles. Like we're in
did that.
Uzbekistan now and we're fighting each other. Like that's the shit I was doing for fun while you guys were like on baseball teams and stuff. Like, that's what I was doing. But you guys were exploring yourselves sexually. I was like,
While hormones were like battling inside my body.
yeah. And I was just like, the capital of Uzbekistan is Tashkent or whatever. It's so stupid. Yeah. Incredible
Oh my
stuff.
man.
Dude, I love that. I love that.
I should learn them all again. I should bring it back.
I love it. It's just like it's a funny like challenge me. Like do it.
Yeah.
try it.
Yeah.
And
It's a
people are like,
fun.
oh, okay. And then
Maybe I'll do a new one. I know a lot about presidents. Maybe I'll do the presidents.
That one. Okay, I
next.
saw that was part of that video.
That was part of
Yeah.
the bit, but it's like kind of a decoy.
That one made me laugh because he was like, I'll say anything about him or whatever, and you're like, straight white guy next.
Yeah.
I was like, perfect,
I should
that's
do it
great.
for real. I think I could do
That was a
the
good sandwich
presidents
and
too.
stuff.
Yeah, I'll
That's
try to do that
crazy.
next time.
My girlfriend, she did all of the states. Like I think someone was just like, name all the states, pussy, and she's like, okay, I'll do it, and did it. The one she forgot was Iowa.
The one that you
Yeah.
met in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or no, we didn't meet there, but like knows that like that's where I went. to
Right,
college. Like,
right, of course.
How I know him, like
The-
all of our friends here went to Iowa State, and
You
so
always
it's just
forget the
like-
most omnipresent
Yeah, I was
thing.
just she was, and she couldn't. They were like, "There's one more," and
and she
she's
could not
like,
think
"I don't know
of
what it is. I said them all."
Oh
I was
no!
like, God
Way more embarrassing thing to say. When I first learned, like when I had a scholarship at the school that I went to, and that was kind of my deciding factor.
Yeah.
At some point after I like accepted, my whatever, I was like, I don't know where Iowa is. So I went on my
You had to look at,
computer.
where am I going to college? Yeah.
I was like, where am I? Like dead ass thought it was like further
people in
right.
Phoenix, you have no idea
Yeah.
where Iowa is. Why would you?
I
guess.
mean,
no need.
really
Iowa's actually not bad. I think Iowa's
Des Moines' up and
underrated.
coming, yeah.
Des Moines is an underrated. Ames, not my favorite college town, honestly.
Oh,
Really?
why
I
not?
think Iowa City blows Ames out of the water.
What?
I gotta say
All right,
that.
get off. No,
I know you guys are homers and you love Ames.
When did
but
you go to Ames in Des Moines?
Yeah.
I did a show in Ames years ago.
No
I
way.
cannot remember
Where'd you
what it was
go?
called. It was some bar, some
Ah.
ups on the what's the main
Welch?
drag?
Was it Welch or Duff's?
Duff's. It was Duff's.
Really?
I'm almost
Duff's?
positive.
Wait,
is there an
where's Duff's?
upstairs?
Isn't Duff?
Is there an upstairs in Duff's?
I feel like
I went
Duff
to
was,
Duff's.
I thought Duff's was the street.
Oh, Duff's was a street. Okay,
Yeah.
it was on Duff's then.
Or like
it was,
Duff.
Yeah, it was on
Wasn't
Duff
that what
Street.
like Target and Walmart are all on? Isn't that?
Yeah, because it was Duff. Because
Oh.
we were all making jokes like that's the beer in The Simpsons or whatever. Like, yeah.
Oh,
Duff.
you're talking about
RC
Tiffs.
yeah. Which one?
Isn't it?
Isn't it like Tip Top or
Tip-
something?
Yeah, Tiffs.
It might be that. I cannot remember. It was a
That
weird
was
bar
because that
show.
wasn't really close to like the university.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't close
Yeah,
to the university. No, it was on
I
like
think
where
that's-
like the locals hang out a little bit.
I can't
Yeah.
remember if it's
I feel like your
Tiffs.
comedy would rip it. Like
I
if
think
you went to
I would
show
love
that.
to do it again there. I've done
Yeah.
Iowa City a lot, so that might be why I like Iowa City more.
Mm.
I've had a great
I've actually never
time.
been, so I can't. Either.
You never went to Iowa City? Oh, it's a
No.
cool town.
I just told it was a shithole. So. I was
Oh,
like, not
really?
going.
Oh, no, it's a very artsy, cool town, actually.
Mhm,
Yeah, it's awesome.
mhm.
Des Moines rips, too.
Yeah.
I actually have had probably some of the best shows I've ever done in Iowa.
Des Moines. Is
I don't know
like-
what it is.
crazy.
The crowds there
Yeah.
are really fun.
Mhm.
Cedar Rapids, I've had some of the best crowds of
CR.
all time. You
They
would
got
never
nothing
ex-
better to
They-
do.
It
Yeah.
is legitimately. They're so excited. They're like, "Oh my god, I can't believe
Something's
you came to
happening."
our little bumfuck town."
Yeah.
They're like they're so excited to have fun. Those
Mhm.
people in New York are like, "Yeah, whatever."
I can go do.
They're
like,
like, they can
fucking
do
coke in
anything.
the
We-
alleyway while like,
yeah, we
a
can leave
cat
at
is
any
flying.
time and go
Yeah.
anywhere else. Like in CR, they're like, "This is the
Is it-
best thing we'll do all year."
Yeah.
And they're down to, and they get drunk too. That's
Yeah.
another thing.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
People in the Midwest are just drunk in the crowd, and that's
Yep.
great. That's
Yep.
good for comedy.
Mm-hmm.
Comedy's good, better when drunk.
It was funny when I was going, and people were making jokes about like, oh, all they do there is get drunk in the cornfields, and I'm like, it's just. And then like talking to some people, they're like, yeah, in high school we would just get drunk.
They
in
would
the
just
cornfields.
drive
Yeah.
their
Yeah.
trucks into a cornfield and
Yeah.
have a party,
Yeah.
and that's cool.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fun. That's awesome. I love an
I
outdoor
wish I got
drinking.
to experience that.
Me
truly,
too, I
truly.
never-
Like it'd be
Oh,
like,
you never got a drink in like a
No,
farm
we
or
like
whatever?
kind of like a farm, I'd say, like maybe a little. Like when we were.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but
yeah.
like not like.
You like drinking around a bonfire is one of the best.
Oh,
That's one of the best
exactly.
things you can
Yeah.
do. I
Yeah.
love that.
Mhm.
That you would never do that in Arizona, I guess. You
No.
don't have bonfires.
No,
You
You
God,
don't want it to
no.
get hotter. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
no
That's just
reason.
asking for a forest,
And
not
for-
a
and
forest
fu-
fire,
just
but
a
like
fire. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can't do that.
everything there is so dry.
Yeah,
it
you
catches on
can't.
fire immediately.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
a bonfire. That's
Mhm.
the best.
True. Well, thank you for coming on.
Yeah, you
it
guys,
was-
this was great.
Do you want to
Yeah.
sauce out anything to shout out?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, go to whitecomedian.com. That's where my upcoming tour dates are. I bought the URL whitecomedian.com
Fuck yeah.
years ago. And
Incredible.
it's the only good decision I've made in my life. So
Mhm.
go to whitecomedian.com. Go to Geoffrey ATM, Instagram, Geoffrey Asmus. Check out my jokes.
Oh, that's what it stands
That's
for.
what it stands for. It's a stupid little joke with my
Oh.
college friends.
I like
Yeah,
it.
Geoffrey ATM. And my first comedy special, The Only Funny White Man, comes out July 20th. So on YouTube. That's
Hell
going to be
yeah.
fun.
Oh yeah, what happened? Wasn't that
Congratulations.
supposed to drop?
It was supposed to come out in March, but there was a whole my managers wanted to delay it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
been very annoying, but it's finally coming out. Yeah, July
Sick.
20th. Yeah, it'll be a good
20th.
time.
Yeah, I was excited for that. I was like, oh, I'm gonna binge this.
I'm excited.
thing.
Yeah, I think it's good. I hope it'll do well.
because
yeah.
it was shot at Sisyphus.
It was shot
right?
in Sisyphus.
Yeah.
Yeah, a
Cool.
long time ago, like last
That's
November,
so cool.
December. Yeah.
So
Holy
sick.
shit.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
gonna be a good time.
Nice.
Cool, guys. Go check out all of his stuff. Go to his YouTube. Go
Yeah,
to
yeah.
one of his shows.
Yeah, go to a show. I'm
Yeah.
on tour all year, all
Yep.
over. Yeah, go to
It'll
a
come
white
right to you.
comedian.
Yep.
I fucked up. We meant to buy tickets for tonight, but it was the first show to sell out.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Thursday sold out early. I'm
Yeah.
shocked. Yeah,
Fuck.
yeah.
I was like, what the fuck?
I
And we
actually,
had-
I knew Friday and Saturday probably would sell out, but I was shocked Wednesday
Yeah.
and Thursday
Yeah.
sold out. I'm
Yeah.
excited. Yeah.
Mhm.
he's traveling, but me and
Yeah.
three of my boys are
hell
gonna
yeah.
roll up on
Oh, nice.
Friday.
Which
so.
one? The late show, early
Late show.
God, always go to the late show. Always
Yep.
go late show.
Really?
Because you can do longer sets on the late show.
Oh,
Because
okay.
the early show, they like have to turn the room over, so you kind of got to keep it tight on the
Mhm.
early show.
Cool.
I'll probably do a 15 minutes longer on the late show,
Oh,
probably. So
Perfect.
it'll be
All
way
right.
better, yeah.
Awesome. I'm
Should be a
excited,
good
man.
Time. Yeah.
Awesome.
Hell
Cool.
yeah.
Thanks again for coming on.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
Appreciate
it.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening to the last drop.
Peace.
Fuck yeah.